Gilbert, creator of the massively awesome Monkey Island series, is the current creative director of Hothead Games, the Vancouver-based independent development company that birthed the Penny Arcade Adventure series as well as their most recent spawning, DeathSpank. Diablo meets Monkey Island has somehow become this game's catchphrase, gracefully seducing two polarized demographics into shelling out a paltry $15 for what hordes of reviewers are pissing themselves in their haste to declare a stalwart 8.5 or better. Even Riddlethos' own esteemed co-founder, Ethos, is quoted as calling DeathSpank fun as all fuck, hilarious as all fuck, and his new favorite franchise. Now, I'm more than happy to play the role of the cantankerous old man and tell all the youngins that what they consider witty dialogue would have gone over like a lead balloon in my day, but where I really start to feel legitimately alienated from my peers is when I hear about how playing DeathSpank is more fun than naked supermodel Twister. I've got a list of complaints as long as my arm for this game, not the least of which being that I was bored to tears before hitting level 3. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. As its tagline suggests, DeathSpank is a top-down, third-person hack-and-slash a la Diablo in which you play DeathSpank, a bum-chinned, cheesy superhero archetype who is on a quest to retrieve an artifact known unimaginatively as the Artifact. You maim your way through swaths of varying enemies including chickens, leprechauns, unicorns, demons, slimes, and gingerbread men, and complete countless side quests in order to level DeathSpank to an appropriate caliber that he may complete further side quests in hopes of eventually advancing the central plot. The visuals have a real Saturday morning cartoon feel, and the entire ordeal is voice acted to match. The villains sneer and twirl their long black mustaches while our overzealous protagonist doles out semi-satirical heroic bravado all the way to the bitter end. The DeathSpank website boasts the game as offering a real story, not a lousy video game story, and lists off a cast of colorful characters you can expect to meet in your adventures. I made it all the way to level 17 of 20, and the story can seem to be summed up as DeathSpank wants the artifact. What relevance any of the allegedly central characters, including DeathSpank himself, had to the story still remains a mystery to me. The extent of their personalities rarely ever extended beyond their mechanical function as a quest giver, and the quests that they expect you to complete are as unimaginative and menial as the worst any MMO has to offer. Package deliveries, escorts, and item collection are all commonplace and repeated ad nauseum. The game's sense of humor is rooted in its irreverent self-awareness of conventional gameplay mechanics and plot devices. It's funny for about as long as it takes the player to realize that you're still expected to take part in the very overdone content that the game is mocking. Any suspension of disbelief is abandoned, and you're left playing a game that feels like a long, lazy, self-deprecating joke. Foremost in the introspective belittlement is the game's obsession with loot. DeathSpank panders to the supposed thrill of material gain that is no doubt tested well in focus groups, but has no merit when the player can't associate a specific set of challenges they overcame in order to earn the piece of gear they now rely on. New weapons and armor are literally everywhere, and there's so much that if you don't enable the auto-equip best feature, you'd be in your inventory for the better part of the game. Not that doing so helps out all that much. You still have to drag every obsolete weapon you come across into the item recycling machine in order to make room for something you might actually benefit from. After all that, to say DeathSpank isn't any fun at all wouldn't be right. Pulverizing your enemies with any number of classic beat-em-up arcade moves can be pretty enjoyable, and the visuals have some real style. I think more than anything, I was just heartbroken that a game by one of the adventure genre's founding elite offered little in the way of razor's edge wit and replaced it with poo jokes. Because of that, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 on the Riddlethos scale, and if you don't like it, you can call me Lameish.
1, 2, 3!